Hey, welcome to the channel, Sagittarius. It's Robin here with AriesFireTarot. How's it going? So guys, welcome to your December 2019 bonus reading. I found this really amazing key to self-discovery tarot card spread. So I think it's kind of nice to do a read like this as we kind of wrap up 2019. And from the looks of what I've seen here, not just for you guys, but basically everybody, 2019 was a rough one. So let's really look forward to unlocking the key elements of yourself so that you can start to bloom, bigger and brighter and ready for 2020. So I really hope you enjoy this read, guys, and definitely let me know what you think down below in the comments. And yeah, remember to like, share, and subscribe. It does help me so much on the channel. And yeah, it helps me feel the love. So share the love, guys. So I'm just about ready to start with the first card, which is what makes you unique. So let's have a look at that. Let me do a deck cut and we'll pull a card to start your reading. So we've got the Four of Water. And right away what I'm seeing here, like I'm getting the words here that you can let things slide off of you, but I'm seeing that's such a dichotomy for you guys, and I think that as the year progresses, you might be able to develop this, I'm seeing the word tactic more and more, but for many of you, I don't think that that's something that you've had the ability to do. I think you're feeling things really strongly and deeply and maybe getting offended really quickly, and that's okay, guys. I'm saying this with so much love. When things like that happen, it's because it means your heart is really close to the surface, or you've been through something really deep and powerful and it's left some residual pain. So you should be able to start building up that shield that you need for yourself, to be able to walk through your life unaffected, and that is going to help you sort of realize who you are a little bit more without the pain. So I'm just going to take a sip of tea, guys. One sec. I have baseboard electric heaters and it kind of does a number, it's so dry. So anyway, let's see how we can unlock your magical powers, and being able to develop that like Kevlar suit is going to help this too. So let's have a look here. So we have the King of Water, and like you have two water cards here. So being able to be in touch with your emotions, guys, but not wear your emotions on your sleeve and let other people sort of ripple your pond. Maybe that sounds a little bit weird, but if somebody else sort of steps their foot, I don't want to make a great big water analogy, but when water is perfectly still and somebody steps into it, no matter how gently, it's going to cause a ripple effect. So you have the King of Water, who has learned, right from the ace all the way through, that the water is there to serve him and to use the ripple effect as power and energy. I saw something not too long ago that was, it was like, when you realize that you're the ocean and not the wave, that's when you come into your true power. So you're starting to notice how powerful you are and not letting all these ripples from other people affect you. And it's coming in here, and it's going to sort of culminate in realizing how amazing you are, and how you can go with the flow instead of letting the flow stop you. You don't have to be affected by other people. Just because somebody says something about you doesn't mean it's true, okay? So just remember that, you guys. And remember that the King of Water uses the storms to his benefit. So look how to use the energy of the storm to your own benefit and have it raise you up. What's that movie with Mickey Mouse? Where he's calling in the elements and he's whipping them up stronger. Like, this is you guys, And many of you could sort of just be stepping into realizing how incredibly powerful your thoughts are and using them to your own benefits and unlocking the magic to the universe. So let's see how we can unlock your creativity with the next card, you guys. So we've got the Ace of Air. So you've probably been getting some ideas, you guys, and maybe sort of not really paying attention to them because you're maybe you're just getting over some wound, and so it's not really taking place or like rooting down into you. Maybe you're not allowing it, but you have a king and an ace, which is very, very powerful energy here. And the king is absolutely, like, he's renowned for his creativity. So once you start to go along with the flow of the energy around you instead of battling against it, these ideas are going to start making more sense to you, and the energy from the king will sort of flow into these ideas. So it's all going to be a process for you, you know, and your creativity will come as a result of feeling more settled within your own skin, of understanding the power of your emotions and your thoughts, and then allowing these thoughts to really take root for you. And you should have some really explosive ideas as a result of that, in a good way, you know, not in a crazy way. So let's see how we can unlock more compassion, and this can be compassion for yourself or others. So we have the Queen of Fire here. So the Queen of Fire, she does tend to look after other people quite a bit, and this is you guys. This is definitely a Sagittarius energy, being able to look after people. I really don't think there's anything else that you need to do other than sort of lose that hard edge of the Queen of Fire. What I'm seeing here, because she can get really, and I've seen it before over here in the Four of Water, where you get really upset at the slightest objection to, like, if somebody says something to you. And again, this sort of relates to an ancient pain that you may have had in your past or your current reality. It sort of flares up everything else, and it's not really relating to the current situation. It's relating to something else, and letting that affect you too quickly. And then I think you're feeling bad about it after. Is like, oh, I really shouldn't have said that, or I really flew off the handle there. But I don't see a lot of you going back and apologizing either, because you're just sort of locked in this repetitive thoughts with yourself, sort of beating yourself up, and then it sort of lends itself to the next event. So being able to look after people, but putting yourself first, like having the compassion for yourself, so that you don't get to that sort of tipping point where the slightest thing is going to send you into sort of, and I'm seeing for many of you, it could be like almost like a rage, right? Like a silent seething, like kind of Clint Eastwood. So really start taking care of yourself first. And I've seen this in many of your reads, you guys, like putting that time in for yourself, because you deserve your compassion and the time set aside more than anybody else, because you can't pour from an empty cup. And I know that that is sort of a tried and true expression, but it's an expression and it's handed down through generations for a reason, because you need to fill your own vessel. And again, with the water and everything, it's like you're coming into the real strong flow of yourself. Interesting. So let's see your next card. It's going to look at how to unlock your prosperity. So you have the Messenger of Earth. And again, this is talking about listening to messages, you know, because you have the Ace of Fire here. Is that the right one? Yeah. So things are going to start coming in, and they're going to start making a little more sense here when you're able to come from a calmer place. And you're a fire sign, and I'm a fire sign, so I get it. And I say this with all, like, you know, compassion and empathy for you, because, you know, we're the same. We're sisters, right? When it comes right down to it. So we do have the Messenger of Earth here. So the universe does absolutely have something to say to you guys about money. And I just did this really interesting, it's actually called a money spell, but it's just a chant or whatever. And it's with 7 coins and salt. So I just want to pass that on to you guys. And maybe you do a look up on Google, because you can start talking to the universe about your money, and check that one out and let me know if you use it. It was just really easy to do. And then you can start opening up yourself to messages. That's what the, you know, quote unquote spell is for. It's to be able to talk to the universe and understand that there's many messages coming into you all the time. And all this sensitivity here and being sort of embroiled in past pain or current pain, or just being overworked and feeling underappreciated, it will have an effect on the amount of prosperity that you feel. So have a look at that. And let me know how it makes you feel, and let me know if it works for you, or if you've ever done anything like that. Throw it down in the comments, you guys. So let's see how we can unlock your peace of mind, Sag. So we've got the 8 of fire. So you guys really just kind of need to go on a little vacation, take a little break. It is the holiday season coming up for many people around the world. So the 8 of fire can really relate to taking a trip, taking a break. It also relates to having a really positive and uplifted way of, attitude, and just looking at things on the bright side. I know I have a couple friends that are really super positive all the time, and for me, I find that a little bit irritating. So I don't know if that's you, or if that's something that you want to be, but for me, I kind of go for an 80-20 rule, and I try to catch myself if I'm glooming or whatever, fuming or something like that. You don't have to let it take you over, and I think a little vacation somewhere nice, somewhere that you've always wanted to go, and it doesn't have to break the bank, you guys. I think I always check on, the travel websites where you can get a good deal, and I've gotten a couple of really good deals. But anyway, take a little trip if you can afford one, even if maybe book a hotel for one night, so you can really just get out of your own house and get out of that headspace, and just whatever you can afford to do. And if you can't afford any of that stuff, just do something nice in your own home and call it a vacation. Shut your phone off, and just really invest in you. So let's see, when are you the happiest? So you've got the 10 of fire. So the 10 of fire is the 10 of wands. I'm getting really a strange energy here, and it's kind of because you guys are so used to carrying on under extreme duress. The 10 of wands it's almost at the completion of a cycle. I'm going to pull another card over top of that because it's such a bizarre energy. And then you've got the king of fire. So you do have really brilliant ideas with the king of fire. He has a very strong energy. But the 10 of fire is maybe taking it too far sometimes. But for some reason, and because it's pattern behavior, you could think that you're enjoying yourself, but it's sort of wearing you thin. And I think it's something that you're more used to than you really truly enjoy. So the king of fire, he knows when to pass things off to other people to complete. Hey man, I'm exhausted. Can you take this over for me? Or I think I'm done here. I really need some help. Or don't burn yourself out, you guys, which is, I'm seeing for you, Sag. It's sort of an ingrained behavior, and you can unlearn that so that you can be at your highest productivity. And taking this little bit of a trip here should really help with that. And I think I need to be an octopus to carry this off, but I think I'm doing okay. So let's see where your hidden potential is, Sag. Aww, so I've got the love card here for you. So you guys have this great big heart, and I really think that some of you have just protected that so much, and maybe have a very, very small circle, but you have so much love to give everybody. You are a fire sign, and you burn quite brightly, which is, you've got these fire cards all through your reading, and water. So you're all just bright light and, shining emotion, and really deep, and such a beautiful person. And you should be able to let that light shine instead of being buried under things that happened a gazillion years ago. And I don't want to make light of anybody's pain, but you know what I mean? It's time to move on and just live in the current moment, guys, and share your love. You've got a lot of love to give, and take care of other people, but always yourself first. Always yourself first, guys. So this is a really cool read, and I hope you enjoyed it. So let me know in the comments, and do remember to give a like, share, and subscribe, guys, and I'll see you back here another time. Peace.